Hello, and welcome to My Skilled Addiction. Today we are going to be discussing brumation. Brumation is hibernation for reptiles, and it can go from an intermediate state of they sleep for a few days, come out, eat a little bit, go back to sleep for a few days, or to they just sleep for 6 months. They'll eat a little bit more and they'll come out of brumation looking kind of scraggly and scrawny, but they've been living off of what they just fed on for the brumation period, which can vary between each individual. Tanix sometimes likes to lay out in the open, and she won't move from her spot for about a day or so. Nico likes to hide himself in places. He's a kind of a clown, but he doesn't always like to be in his enclosure. Tanix has free roam, as you can see here. Sometimes she wants it warmer, and instead of sleeping in her bed, she'll hit up her spot in her basking. But here is the little blanket I laid out, so if she wants to just be in an intermediate area, she can have access to her food, water. Made her some little lizard stairs so she can get in there. And it just kind of really depends on the individual, because a lot of the time it's this is all you see. You don't really see the animal. You just kind of look for, oh, there we go, he's right there. And sometimes I'll poke the substrate a little bit around, see if he moves, make sure, okay, he's fine, leave him alone, you know. And you try not to disturb them too much because you don't want to cause them undue stress and stuff. Their bodies are cold. Stress is going to hit them harder. Their appetites haven't been any. I mean, just think about it. Think about not leaving your room from anywhere from, a week to a month would be probably the time scale to them because they don't have time conception. They know generalized things. I have a timer, 12 hours circadian, so 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night. I alter it during the spring, summer, and winters to allot for longer days, shorter nights, and such. But I haven't had any of my actual animals ever brumate or even approach to it. Um, they kind of sometimes will sleep for a few days, poke their heads out on the corner, like, hey, where you at? I'm up. And they'll eat, and then they go right back to bed. Um, but during the summer months and the spring months, they're really active, and you almost feel like he's sick or something because of how they slow down, you know. And I don't know if I could deal with not seeing Tanix for 6 months. I mean, it's hard enough that she sleeps for 12 hours a day and I don't get to see her, you know. But if she didn't come out, I would just poke the hay in there a little bit and she'll puff, like they do. And I'll be like, okay, you're fine. I have to check on them because I get worried. You know, a lot of keepers provide a separate area. Like, I saw these wooden constructions where it's kind of like a giant box, and they have a little bit of a heat source in there for them, and they keep it cooler around 60, 65 degrees, somewhere around 70, um, and they just sleep. And then when they start to wake up, they bring them back to their enclosure, and they're doing their daily again. But personally, I don't have experience in the specific tongue tied the specifics because I haven't experienced it. My animals have never really hibernated for months. They might not come out for, a month or two, and I would be stressed out. But these guys, they seem to just sleep for like Tanix. The longest she's ever slept is 3 days, and then she came wandering out, sat in her basking spot, and waited for me to bring her breakfast, you know, and she seemed to like it, so I kind of just followed her when it came to brumation. I just let her do what she wanted to do, and she did that. I've never really had. No, no, Nico didn't really do it either. My leopard geckos didn't really hibernate either. Um, mm, I'm trying to think back. I don't really remember anything that actually brumated. I don't know if it's the demographic. I mean, it could be Oregon weather. Oregon weather is weird. Uh, it could be something with the barometric pressures. I know that they're sensitive to climate changes and whatnot to that. But she just, like I said, just a couple of days she'll sleep. I've never seen, well, I've seen in video, but I've never personally experienced them sleeping for months at a time. And as I had mentioned in my other video, Tanix is my support animal. I don't understand it, but the bond that we have when my barriers break, she's right there to make me strong, and she helps me so much. I could never repay her. She helps me with my daily, like right now. She's right there sitting next to me. I have bad social anxiety, and even doing this is a little much, but having my tegus with me helps, It's something about the closeness. And the cool thing about Tanix is she's big enough that people don't want to really come within too far from her, which is great for my social anxiety, because when I had Nico with me, everybody wants to touch him, and I'm like, I understand that, but like if I'm not looking or paying attention, you shouldn't just pet somebody's reptile. You don't know if it's gonna bite or whatever, And with Tanix's size, people don't even risk it. They're just like, oh, holy crap, where did you get that? And she's just a sweetheart. They judge her on her looks, but that's fine with me, like I said, because it's about me and her, right? Not everybody else. And she gets along pretty well in Petco and PetSmart when we go there, And I haven't really had too much of a problem socializing her. Like, she doesn't get cage aggression. She doesn't mind handling at this point. Tito and I are working on our stuff. Today we had a Rocky one. I'm not sure if he's doing his little brumation thing. He's been sleeping for about a day and a half, and then waking up, come over to the glass, scratch, let me know he's awake, and I'll feed him, and then he goes back to sleep. He's got his own little setup in there, and I was giving him his food, and I was able to actually physically touch him, which is a feat indeed, because he is still new to me. I've only had him for about a month, and he's not too sure about me. So we haven't really tried handling too much. We've been doing soft interactions, never end on a bad note. Like when Tanix bit me, after this, after she had released and everything, I pet her with my other hand, not the one that was now bleeding, because, you don't want them to taste your blood and think, oh, that's food too, and I pet her right behind her neck and just gently stroked her, and she laid her head down and closed her eyes and went to sleep. It's letting her know that we are okay. It's just something that happened. So we go from day to day, learn, grow, and just enjoy the company of each other. And it's amazing owning Tanix. I love her so much, and I'm sure I'm gonna get there with Tito too someday. But for the time being, it is what it is. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If I've missed anything, feel free to leave your questions in the comments, and I'll get to them as fast as I can. Uh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.